And we are live. Oh, I have to turn that thing off. Okay. Yeah. What is going on, Mad Hatters, Alice friends, fans, family, dogs, kittens, grandmothers? We are here for the live stream premiere of the lyric video for the song Me and You. So we're really excited to celebrate the release of the song, and we're just like over the moon to see all the support and all the love coming in for the song. So yeah, I mean, I just woke up this morning and I was like, I saw there was already close to 1,000 streams, so I was like, okay. And just it's just been nonstop all day. So excuse my caffeinated jitteriness, but yeah, how are you guys doing?
Awesome. How's everyone?
Yes. Happy release day. Happy release day. I'm seeing a lot of like really sweet love and greetings in our chats. And just want to say thank y'all so much for the incredible love and support. And yeah, just for making us feel so loved and supported as we share this out. I was just musing on the idea of like a release, and we've been kind of sitting on this one for a little while, and it's our first release with Hazel. So like really excited. This is so special to get to like music together like this. So yeah.
It's a big release day and it's going so well thanks to everyone. So I know I'm super honored. I think everyone's just blown away by the reactions and the love and support. And I couldn't be happier with my first release with Alice. So thanks all.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like your vocals fit, like it's like the puzzle piece, the missing puzzle piece. So it's like, I don't know, with all the singing and everything, all the music, it's just, I feel like it's one of my favorites, my newest favorite. So
I love that.
So happy to have you in the whole mix
amazing.
And everything. So
yeah, the mix you did was just incredible, and Tosh's vocals just cutting through like that, and then the layers. It's really good.
So
I feel like making a song. I feel like making a song is kind of like making a cake. Like if you think about the layers and the frosting, and I don't know what everyone's favorite part of a cake is. Mine is frosting. I love the frosting. So
frosting. Wow.
Yeah. How about you? What is your favorite part of cake?
The ice cream.
Wait, are we talking about cake or the song?
Well, now we're talking about cake.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Well, yeah. What part is the frosting? Is that special?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of frosting, to be honest. But in terms of the song itself, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's that, like, that 10,000 hertz and up. That's like, to me, that's the frosting, where it's just like you have the sizzle, like a little bit of the sizzle. And some people call it air, where it just like it has like an open and breathy quality, and you have to be careful. If you have too much frosting, it's gonna just be too much, and people are gonna be like, oh my god, turn this thing off. So you have to find the right amount. It's very important.
Is there such a thing as too much frosting? I don't know. I might disagree on that one.
Yes. I don't know.
I'm either all or nothing with frosting. You got to just like cover it or forget it.
Yeah. Sean Robert Algood is saying the fruit in the cake. Yes, the fruit in the cake is indeed awesome. Yes. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Scott?
Oh no, I was gonna say, with that being said, should we watch the lyric video now, or should we do it later, or should we do it now and later?
Oh, Pinky Jinx. Ooh, yes. I don't know.
Gosh.
Well, I would actually love to hear about like your inspiration for how you put it together. You were the visual mastermind in putting together the art and the lyric video. So like your inspiration, I'd love to hear it.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. It goes back to when we were discussing music video ideas, and I remember Scott was saying he saw the time lapse, just time lapses. And
Yeah.
we kind of went down a different rabbit hole when it came to the music video. But when I started listening to it and I thought of, I love those cinemagraphs. They're really great. They're that moving picture where you incorporate evolving video into a photograph. So I took a photograph. I did just a silhouette. I mean, that's really all it is. It's just a silhouette. And then I added video of the waves and then video of a time lapse because of the inspiration, but it fits so well. So like the imagery that Scott had said just really it came through on that as far as what I thought could be really effective with a cinematograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's, I mean, yeah.
It's that eternal, love type of unconditional, for yourself and for someone else, that kind of expands past both, the water and the sky. That ethereal nature of unconditional love. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, okay. Now with that, I think we actually have to see it. I feel like
Yeah, I know. We're like, now I'm like, I want to watch it again. So,
I know.
So while this is on, we're going to be playing it through my OBS setup. So we're going to go off and then we're going to put the lyric video on and then we'll come back on once it's done playing.
Okay.
And then we'll talk some more about everything. And in the meantime, if anyone has any questions about the song, feel free to shoot them into the chat, into YouTube chat or Instagram or Facebook or Twitch. Because we're on all 4 platforms. So let us know if you have, we're happy to talk about like any aspect of the song. So, all right, here it comes. And hopefully this will work.
So
All right, and we are back on the stream. So yeah, we were just, it was funny because like while it was playing, we were just talking about the actual intro of the song. Originally it didn't have like a little intro. So yeah, what were you asking, Hazel?
Oh, I was just asking about what triggered the creation of the intro part because that was a later addition.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because we all thought we were done. I think that's the thing that I really love about the song process and the making of a song is that sometimes, especially when you're collaborating in the group that we are, it's like you'll present. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to use the analogy of the cake, but you'll present the cake, and someone will be like, "Wait a second, it's missing sprinkles." And so it was actually Gordon's idea to come up with that intro. He was like, I feel like it needs something before it just comes in. Like it needs something to introduce the feeling and the vibe of the whole song. And so like we thought we were just done, and then actually no, this is really cool. One of the things I really love about making music in Alice is that everybody has such great ideas, and we might not always use them, but it's one of those things where we love to try it just to see how it sounds and how it feels. So yeah, it was like one of those things where we're like, actually, this feels really good. Let's keep this. So yeah, that's where the keeping the art. I love that that you guys were picking up on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great choice.
Yeah, it was like I think one of the things that Gordon mentioned, he was like, I love it when the song kicks in, you know, after the intro, and he's like, is there any way to have something, you know, that grabs you like that, you know, but like from the very beginning. So yeah, it was just like, all right, how can we figure this out? And like Tosh was saying, you know, it's because of the collaboration that we have with all the members that we get to create such awesome stuff, you know. Like I mean, you know, it's basically, you know, it's greater than each individual. It's just like this whole thing. So yeah, you know, we're really happy with how it came out.
Yeah, beautiful.
Amia is asking how long it took us to produce the song.
Well, we originally came up with the song. We wrote the first like seed of it during our last retreat in Joshua Tree, which was in January of 2023. So for anyone who's in our inner circle at the time, we actually live streamed the entire writing session. Well, not the entire thing. We would do like 1 or 2 hours per day. I'll take that back. But with that said, we actually came up with the seed of the song then. But then it took us a while to like get back to it because we got so busy. We got swept away like touring. There's so many shows and show opportunities and festivals, and we were touring like all the time. And we really released 2 songs last year, but we didn't really get around to really diving into the new material that we wrote until actually this year. And this was like the first one that we decided to dive into. But like once we started working on it, it usually takes about a month to like produce, like maybe 5 or 6 weeks actually, because I have to include like the recording time. Takes a few weeks to record drums, vocals, and all the bass and guitar parts. But then once I have all the components, like I'll just sit with it and basically like produce it and mix it. And that usually takes about a month because, you know, be one thing if I could just do that exclusively, like I could probably do it in about a week, but you know, I have to like share time with all the other stuff that's on my plate. But yeah, so that's about that. Could probably answer that question.
I think it's interesting because you know, like with your mixing process on this one, I know that you kind of approached it almost like a remix where you deconstructed everything and you were like, okay, let's like build this from the ground up. So I thought that was really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's definitely something I love to do is like, I think I started doing that in the pandemic because during that period of time, I had so much time on my hands where I was like, all right, we did some covers then, like we did the Swamp Thing remix and we did Army of Me. And each time I did that, like we would, when we approach a remix, we'll like, I mean, not a remix, a cover song. When we approach a cover song, we'll actually record the cover basically as it is. And then we will deconstruct it and remix it and create basically like a brand new song, but it's still the cover song. And then we'll just like, we'll then take elements from the cover song and reintroduce it back in. So then I sort of apply that to how we produce our own music now. So like we'll write a song, we have an arrangement, and then, you know, just for the fun of it, you know, and just to like see what will happen, I will completely deconstruct it. The thing with this song is that really what happened is that I deconstructed it and rebuilt it, and it was the same exact arrangement and sounds and everything. So it was like, well, this is what it is. There's no changing it. You know, like if you heard a demo, and you know, we could play a demo to our inner circle people later, you know, when we're on there. You know, that's like, you'll hear it's basically the same thing, you know.
Yeah, Sean on Facebook was asking what our favorite part of the song is. And I mean, I think for me, it's the harmonies. Like I come from a choir background, and so I think it was just like I felt like one of the things that really struck me with this song is like is all the harmonies and how they like sit together, and it feels like this moving ocean. Like I just love that you came up with that visual, Hazel, because it really does like feel like it is like this ocean that's like moving. So yeah, I don't know. What about y'all? What were your favorite parts of the songs? Or the song? I should say the songs of me and you.
Like, this song, the multiple songs.
The multiple songs. There are many remixes or the many mixes, but yes.
Yeah.
I love the drums actually and the harmonies. The harmonies I would say would be, you know, I would obviously highlight for sure because of the expansion of them, but I love the drums. They're so clean, they're so well done and tasteful, and the addition of the intro. Yeah, I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me personally, I really like I mean, yeah, I mean, I always love the live instruments. Like I like electronic production, but there's something that's just like that brings this like life quality when you bring in like stuff like live drums, live bass, you know, obviously singing, which is like, you know, I feel like one of the purest instruments, you know, and for me, like vocals are always like my favorite part. Without good vocals, it's like I feel like it's very hard to make something sound good, you know? So it's like once the vocals are there, then it's pretty easy, you know, everything just sort of falls into place. But then once you having the idea of live instrumentation, it's like you could really play around with that and do so much and create so many vibes. Just through like the feeling of something breathing, something that's alive. And I feel like drums really do that for me, you know. Steve's drums are just amazing, you know.
Yeah, I think that one of my favorite parts about the live instrumentation aspect, which includes the vocals, is that I know I just, you know, being in the practice room with my band, I know that every person in the band puts so much love into their individual instruments. And I've witnessed just like literally standing right next to each person, like seeing the passion that pours out of them when they play. And Steve's drums, like, you know, you see this, like he's put so much time and love into to his instrument. So you can literally feel that in the recording, and each person like brings that, like they just bring that, you know, intense amount of love and passion into that. And so, yeah, I think that's one of the things I really love about bringing like live playing into our recordings. Cause it's like with electronic music, like you absolutely can bring in that human element, I think. So you can actually like really, really feel it. So yeah. I love on Instagram. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like it's one of my favorite things about really awesome electronic music is when you have like the contrast between something that is totally like mechanical and computerized, and then you have this really human sounding, messed up sort of part. Like I feel like Trent Reznor really does that well, especially on some of his older albums, like, you know, obviously Downward Spiral and the Fragile particularly did that a lot, where you would hear these electronic sounds and then just crazy live parts, you know. It's the greatest thing. Anyways, sorry.
I
Oh,
love it.
well, so Rock D107 on Instagram is saying such beautiful words. You're so poetic. The chorus is hauntingly beautiful. We live, we love, and hope we are to our mate as much as they are to us. You gotta believe. I think that's really
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah.
that was really
Yeah,
well
thank you. Thank
said.
you for sharing
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
thank
really
you for that.
beautiful. Yeah.
Pretty.
Thomas is
And
asking,
yeah.
oh, sorry, go ahead, Scott.
Oh, no, you go.
Oh, well, Thomas was asking how we do translate taking a new song from recording to live. That's such a great question.
What was the question?
How we take our song from like a recorded version to a live version.
Oh,
So the fun part about Alice is that like the majority of our songs, actually pretty much all of them, come from jams. Like we will have like nuggets of ideas that we'll bring into the group that we actually play live together. So the recordings that y'all hear are actually translations of us playing live. So it's very easy for us to take that and then just push it out into sharing that when we do our shows and stuff, because that's actually something that we've already built. Yeah, so that's I think it's a very natural progression, because we don't write things purely in the studio where it's like a very like, here's one part, here's another. Like we actually kind of collectively write the parts together. Yeah, speaking of which, we already started our next one. So we're gonna be like jamming on that more. So yeah, but I don't know if you had any thoughts on how we translate things live that might make a difference on what we do.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like a lot of the music we create in the studio, like, is very translatable to live, because, like Tosh was saying, we all record our own parts, you know, like everything from the singing to the guitar and the bass and the drums, and the synth. Like, you know, Carl covers a lot of the synth parts, and I play some of the synth parts as well. And now Hazel has a theremin, so we're gonna have like 4 synths on stage at once, which I'm so excited about. So it's like, yeah, I mean, like a lot of it is just the stuff that we're recording, that's on the production, is stuff that we do play live, you know, the majority of it, you know. And then, you know, sometimes we'll speed things up, or we'll like change little things here and there, but for the most part, it's just like very easy.
I think our favorite part about it is how we weave the songs together, because like coming up with themes and interludes, and because kind of the intention of Alice musically is to take people on a journey. So we love creating kind of a weaving of all the songs and how it makes a story all together. So that's really where like you might hear like certain songs next to each other for a reason. So like me and you, we've already weaved into our set that we're going to be playing on our summer tour. So we're going to be bringing it out for the first time live, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of live, we are going on tour. I think we leave on Wednesday, right? Or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday.
So it's a crazy blur. We typically do like a fully live stream before each tour, but this time around we're just doing the lyric video premiere. But we do have our little fundraiser for our little mini tour up below on the screen. If you go to tips.aliceal1ce.tv, you could actually donate towards our tour fund, and you can see that some people already have done so. So thank you so much for all of your support.
Thank you.
So we're getting asked from Andrea, multi-part questions. What would be your advice for a new artist? What advice would you give yourself now that you've been in music for a while, or what was the best advice you received?
Best advice.
Those are great questions.
Wow.
Am I frozen?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good. Yeah. I feel like my video is all blurry for some reason. I don't know what's going on. So, but anyways.
Interwebs.
Whatever.
So annoying. Advice for a
So
new artist is don't stop. You will find
Mm,
your way. You will find where
mm,
you are meant to be. And you have to accept that it is the process that is going to bring you fulfillment. And if you're looking too much for the result, you need to reassess why you're doing it, because
mm,
it's the process of expressing yourself that's going to bring you the most joy.
yeah, I think that's really beautiful, Celeste, for sure.
I I couldn't
Absolutely.
say it better than myself. That's awesome. Um,
I think
advice. Yeah,
And no matter where you end up, if you followed that and you followed the pure expression of yourself, you are a success. That is your success.
for sure.
So keep going, don't
absolutely.
stop. Keep going, don't stop.
Absolutely. And also just know that that what you have to offer is absolutely valuable and needed in the world. Not everybody may connect and relate to it, but there will be people that do. And that what you have to say, which is uniquely yours and uniquely your story, is so important. So please put your work out there, put your expression out there. The world needs more art and more dreamers, and more kindred spirits. So, please, by all means, um, like know that we are all applauding you to share your beautiful self with the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good advice.
Mhm.
What would your advice be for new artists? Or I like the question that is, what advice would you give yourself now that you have been in music for a while? Um,
Mm.
so that's a good one. I mean, it's really not that different than what you guys are both saying, which is, just to not care about not care too much about like what you think people expect
Mm.
of you, or like, I should, don't get trapped in thinking, oh, I need to create something that's like, that sounds like this because, you know, X and Y people are gonna, might like it more. It's like that's sort of like a weird mental trap. I feel like it's important to just make the art that you feel that you are most passionate about, and just don't ever stop, don't give up, don't stop, and it's like, and you're gonna have an incredible experience, whether, no matter what level you're doing it at, because you will be fulfilled and happy. So yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it's and as well, like I mean, just I know I have different friends that like to work in different ways. So I have some friends that don't really like playing live, like they just like being in the studio. And some friends that like just being like doing things solo. And or some people that like doing things in more of a collaborative group. So I feel like and Hazel spans like all the different, spectrums in that way. I myself play different instruments in different bands as well. So it's like I feel like there's something for everyone. That's like the beauty of art, right? Is like there's
Yeah.
like really there's like an infinite like amount of ways that you can create, and that's like really exciting, I think.
I love that.
Mhm.
It's so true. Like the nature of art is collaborative or solitary if you want it to be,
Mhm.
but it's still a communication. So even if you're solitarily like making art, you're still communicating. It's still collaborative in that way that the purpose is to connect and say what you is true to you so it will resonate with other people. I think the advice I would give to my current artist self is to be kind to my past artist self. We
Mm,
get in this habit as artists of judging where we came from and our process and getting it's funny, I see every single person I work with has the same thing of, "Oh, it's cringy to listen to that old thing," or "It's cringy to look at that old thing." Every single artist, everybody feels that way. Be kind to your past artist self because you wouldn't be where you are without them. And people want to see that. People want to see where you came from. If someone
mm,
really resonates with your art, they want to see that. Don't go around trying to delete it. Don't go around trying to make it different. Honor it. Honor where you came from because it's all part of what you are as an artist. even if it's embarrassing. I mean, there's a limit, right? Okay.
Nah, well, it's important, you know. It's important.
I mean, there's a limit, though. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I might have a few skeletons in my closet. There's just a few.
There's a limit, but honor it.
Yes.
Maybe don't
Yes, we
flaunt
love.
it if you don't want to. But
So before we go too much farther, we actually have a contest that we were doing on the Mad Hatter Army all week. So would you be down for us to draw some names on the Wheel of Names?
Wheel of Names.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, sweet. So before we do this, I'm just going to bring up the list of stuff that people are going to be winning. So let me just take a look at that really quick. But yeah, I'm really excited. We do this before every big release or a big tour or anything, where we just love to involve the entire community, which is our Mad Hatter Army. If you're not part of the Mad Hatter Army, you could join at army.ilikealice.com. But for this contest, basically every single day we had a bunch of tasks that our community can perform, and then they make a comment saying that they did it. And for each time that they do that task, they get 1 point. And as each day goes on, there's more chances to get more points. So it was really fun. It was just a 4-day contest, but there was a lot of people playing. And so there's 3 things that people can win. The first thing is a signed print of the Me and You song artwork. So we're going to make a really nice like photo print of the artwork that Hazel created. The entire band's going to sign it, and we will send it to you. We will put it in a nice little frame, and you'll get it in the mail. The second thing is a starter pack. So our starter pack is really awesome. It's basically like a really big, like the cost of shipping to basically get, a sticker, a handwritten note from literally Tosh, just personalizes this for every single person that orders them, a wristband, a signed postcard. We'll get a digital download of all of our new music, and I forget what else, but I feel like there's some other stuff in there. But anyways, it's awesome. And then finally, we'll have a Nyx patch. So this is an awesome patch you can put on your jacket or your pants or your backpack or whatever, slap it on, whatever, and it's awesome because Nyx is awesome. So
Definitely.
all right, so I'm gonna bring up the Wheel of Names, and I'm gonna just switch it on. So we're not gonna switch over to another scene or anything right now. I'm just gonna turn it on. You guys won't be able to see it, but everyone else will be able to see it. And so we have the Wheel of Names up right now. And so what was the first thing that I said? Oh, it's the signed Me and You artwork. So right now, like, I don't know if people can see this, but for every time someone voted, we basically put their name in the pot X amount of times. So for every point that you get. And so there's the last task today was really awesome because it was basically like, however many times you played the Me and You or streamed the Me and You song, you get a point. So there's some people that got like 20 or 30 points for that. And we really appreciate the support. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and spin the Wheel of Names. And the first winner is, it's like I could hardly see it. We've got Jason Campbell. You've won the signed Me and You artwork. So that's awesome.
Congratulations, Jason.
Yay, Jason.
Thank you so much. We will be in contact with everyone about your mailing addresses and stuff. So I'm just going to remove your name from the pot so that your name is now taken out. Okay, so the second item that you will be winning is the starter pack. So I'm just going to go ahead and spin the wheel, and it's spinning. Just imagine there's like a big applause sound or whatever, or something.
We can do that. We can do that.
Yeah, nice. Amia, so you won
Amia!
a starter pack.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for
Congratulations.
participating.
Yeah.
And then
Well
the
deserved.
last item here is the Nix patch. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what happens. See who wins this. All right, Nix patch, and we're coming up on the winner.
Ah,
It is Bureau Carlisle. Thank you so much, Bureau. And that is it for the contest. Thank you so much for playing. And I'll be in contact with you soon about your mailing addresses and stuff like that. So
love it.
thanks for
And
playing.
thank you for playing. We love playing games, and it's just so fun to get to do this with our community. So thank y'all so much for playing with us.
Yeah.
I actually saw a couple of really awesome questions that came in to Facebook asking about what gets us going on tour and how we get ready for a tour. Like for me, getting ready for the tour is like I practice my vocals like every day. Like I really try to like I practice every day so I don't think about it when I'm actually in rehearsal or at the show, because it's one of those things like I just like it to be like very, very firmly planted into my body. And I mean, even though I know these songs and I've sung them like thousands of times, it's one of those things where I just like to really get it into my whole being. And we do rehearsals, we do multiple rehearsals. And yeah, like as well with the rehearsal process, we really like try to figure out like the show flow, like what are the songs that like I was mentioning earlier, like that fit together and help weave the story together. The interludes, how can we make things have like smoother transitions? Is there too much time between one song or the other? Like we put a lot of thought into our shows. Steve, our drummer, does all the light programming, so we do our own lights as well. And so like he really thinks about like, what kind of colors do I want for this particular scene, and the timing of the colors as well. And then yeah, like that's part of like the pre-tour prep. I mean, for me, like the tour begins when I start putting the shows together. So I do all the booking. And so it's a matter of figuring out too, like, okay, what time do we need to be there? And like who are we going to be playing with? There's a lot of different details that go into planning a tour. And so like the week before the tour too, I try to make sure like, okay, do we have all our lodging squared away, and little things like that. But yeah, that's just part of the process. And I mean, for me personally, like really what gets me going in the tour is the music and the people. Like I absolutely love getting to connect with people live, to get to play the music with my band. It's such a joy and a privilege to be able to share live music together. Like I feel like it's such a beautiful way to connect with each other. So yeah, it's just the music and the people that really inspire me. So yeah. How about y'all, Hazel and Scott?
Scott, do you have thoughts?
Oh, tour prep. We're talking about tour prep, yeah.
Tour prep.
Yeah, and what?
Yeah, tour prep. I mean, it's just there's so much. Like,
yeah, it's a lot.
It's funny because it's like I think the biggest thing beyond what Tosh was talking about is actually, sorting and organizing all the merch that we have, because it's like we have a bunch of stuff that we bring on the road with us in terms of our merch. So, it's making sure we have enough shirts, especially if we're playing like a big festival or something, making sure we have enough CDs, but then you can't take too much because there's no room for other stuff. So it's like you have to find like that middle ground where like we only have like this one like sort of like a small trailer, and it's literally packed to the very like every square inch is taken up. So it's like we have to be very strategic with like what we actually put into our trailer. So merch, it's a challenge, but we love it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I mean, being this is will be my second tour with Alice, I don't really have many rituals yet. other than just getting all my other stuff in order just to make sure I can fully focus on what's about to happen and then just make sure that I can just engross myself completely without worrying about outside stuff. So that's been my it's not very exciting. That's been my ritual this week. It's been like, how
Yeah,
much could I
that's
just
awesome.
get off my plate until I go? So, we can just focus on what we do. Yeah.
We love. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dennis is asked. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Scott.
I just wanted to answer a question really quick that was asked in Twitch a little bit ago, which is when are we playing LA next? Because Industrial Girl 25, one of like our very long time friends and supporters of the band, lives here and was like wondering when she could see us. So I want to say for sure when we do our CD release, we're going to do a really special show here in LA, and it's going to be. We haven't played here in a long time and we want to make it really special. So that it's going to be a very special show. It will be our hometown show, first LA show in like years and years. And yeah, we'll let you know when it happens and whenever the new album comes out.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we really want to focus on finishing So Below. We're realizing like we're getting a lot closer. But yeah, we want to put a lot of love into the album. And when we're ready, we're going to put together like a really special show to celebrate. But yeah, we will definitely keep you posted. We're overdue for a show and can't wait to give you live squeezes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so Dennis Kaufman is asking about Hazel's theremin. Saying yes, if you could talk a little bit about your theremin and your playing.
Yes.
Oh, I can tell you all about the theremin now.
Ooh, yay.
I mean, personally, like I've thought about it for a long time. I am by profession a military musician, and the Space Force was initially going to have their song have the theremin in it, and that kind of and then they decided not to, and I just felt like, wow, that is something that they really missed out on.
Hold on. Wait, hold on 1 second. Wait, you're in the Space Force?
No, I'm not in the Space Force. No, but I hear about things. I hear about things.
Okay.
I know things. If they said, "Hey, we need some singers," I'd be like, "What army?"
Dude, Space Force.
I would totally join the Space Force. But they really missed out on the opportunity to use the theremin for their military song. So anyways, that kind of planted the seed because I was like, wow, missed opportunity. I've always loved that instrument. It's so interesting. And just the other day I thought, you know what? Like YOLO. I'm gonna buy one and I'm gonna see what happens. So what I have is the Theramini, and there's a lot of more features on the Theramini than an original theremin. That's going to be great for what we want to use it for, which is textures and synth and all sorts of things. It has presets that sound all the way from like a distorted bass synth all the way up to the original theremin sound to like a flute sound. So lots and lots of options. It allows you to set things so you can set into like a pentatonic key or things of that nature. So you can really dial things in without having too much of the spacey sound, right? So you're playing it more like an instrument. You can also do that, if you want to go full spacey. We just turn down some of those settings and then I will not know what I'm doing anymore. But it's a great little instrument. I highly recommend it. If you have any specific questions, you can feel free to ask me. But every day off now, I've just been spending a bunch of time messing with it because it's super fun and hard. It's really hard.
It's amazing. It's a legit synth. Like it's a real instrument, and it actually like I feel like it's probably harder to play than a synth because there's no keys. You actually have to like sort of memorize your hand positions, right? And like where they fall in the air. So it's like
the ultimate fretless instrument. Like there's zero, like there's like it's not even like a violin or any string instrument where you could feel it. Like you have no muscle memory of what you're feeling. So what I realized, I was like, what makes this even harder than a string instrument? Because I'm like, I'm about to tell people this is really, really hard. And I need some backup. And I was like, so for a string instrument, I feel like when I played them, there's a muscle memory of the contact. Like you can feel the distance. With this, your muscle memory is tiny twitches in your wrist. So you can't feel anything. You just have to memorize do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi,
Wait,
re, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. And they're so small. Like they're so
so like
tiny.
I feel like your experience as a classical musician and your knowledge of music theory actually really probably helps in terms of
I
your
think
approach.
you need a basis for it. You need to
Yeah.
understand intervals because I'm going do, re, do, so. And the best thing that's helped me learn this instrument is my interval training. Um, because even looking at notes like C, D, E, F, G, I'm just like, oh,
Hmm.
C, D. I mean, I have to know the intervals is most important, because it's just
Hmm.
going C, D, E, F, G. I'm not memorizing the notes in the air. I'm memorizing the intervals based on how my hand is moving.
Mm.
So, yeah, good times.
That's so
I've had
cool.
it for a week. We're going to see what's going to happen.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait.
I mean, the video clips was amazing. My favorite part was like at the very end of your video. It was like as you walked away, the thing just made the coolest sound, and just like you moving is like
Yeah.
it made this crazy sound. And I was like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
So
it
I'm
is. It's
excited.
really cool, very unique. And you're right, it's very noisy. So like any movement around it, it goes "Brew!" It's talkative. It's very talkative. She likes to say things. I think we
Yeah.
decided it was a her, right, Tosh?
Mm-hmm.
She needs
Yes,
a name. She needs a name.
she does need a name. Have you thought of any names yet?
No, maybe Eva. Eva from like because
Oh,
she's a little white robot.
oh
Eva,
yes, I love it.
nice.
Eva.
Eva.
We love
Eva.
Eva.
Mhm.
I just watched something with an Eva. Maybe. Oh yeah, Eva from
From
um
what's that
that
movie?
animated thing I just watched. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
watched that. It was like something on Netflix or something. It was good.
Yeah,
Um,
what's the movie with the it's with the robot and the people.
Mhm.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Dear friends, please help.
Please help, brain gone. I just
Eva.
spent it
No, it was
explaining the theremin.
it was an animated series that I watched on like either Netflix or HBO, but it's like this robot that has a mother. No, no, wait, the mother's the robot. Maybe this is something different. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I need to know what you've been watching. That
It's
sounds
good.
exciting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wally. Russell
Wally, yes.
Harshberger. Wally.
Wally,
Yes.
Yeah,
Wally,
there you
yes.
go.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah, there you go.
Love it.
Um,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, friends.
Yes.
anyways,
Yes, Wally,
um,
Wally with Eva, and she's the little white
Yes.
robot. The Theremin looks like her.
Yes. So
there it
cute.
is. There it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of cute characters, Nix, our mascot, our awesome rabbit in residence. So basically, we've been talking with a friend who has some 3D printers, and there's the idea of creating a 3D printed version of Nix. Now, I know we've been talking about doing like sort of like a stuffy version or a squishy, if you will. So we're still looking into that, but we're also, it might become a very easy thing for us to create some 3D printed versions of Eva. Not Eva, Nix. Jeez, so confused. Anyways, let us know if that's something y'all would be interested in, and we got to figure out how that would work. But yeah, we're excited.
Mhm.
I was being asked about from Lord Thaddeus what time we're playing in Bullhead City, Arizona. I'm not sure yet. I'm still waiting for set times. I believe the doors are at 9. And so typically the first band will go on like pretty soon after that. I imagine like maybe around 9:30. So I imagine that we would probably go on around 10:30. That's just
Mm.
a guesstimate, but we will be around, like hanging out the whole night. So definitely, please feel free to come by early when the doors are open, and we'll look forward to getting to hang out in person. Yeah, like we're excited. Can't believe it's already here next Wednesday.
Yeah,
It's
Wednesday.
yeah,
Wednesday's the day.
yeah, yeah.
It's going to be hot. I was just looking at the temperature in Bullhead City. I think today was 118 degrees. And I'm like, okay.
I love it.
So
Let's do it. Hey,
yeah, it's gonna be
let's bake.
we're gonna be yeah, we should I don't even know. It's gonna be that's hotter than I think I've ever been, but it's gonna be good. We'll be like nice and crispy by the time we start playing.
118, yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I might win.
yeah. It's interesting when we go on tour because we get kind of a wide spectrum of all kinds of weather. Because our last show on this tour is going to be in San Francisco, and I saw that it's like in the 60s and 70s versus like Bullhead City. And it's like that no matter like when we're going to the East Coast or the Midwest, like we'll get like kind of extreme temperatures. So it's sort of the nature of the beast. We are time travelers between time zones, and we get all kinds of weather. And then yeah, yes. But I don't know. I'm excited to experience Bullhead City. It's our first time there. Yeah, so it'll be our first show there, and I'm excited to experience the community there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yes, yes.
And then
Uh,
and then we go to Salt Lake, and then we go to Pocatello, and then
Pocatello.
for the
Reno,
Shady Grove
Nevada, and then
Shady
yeah.
Grove.
for the Shady Grove Festival, which we're really excited to be a part of.
Mhm.
Oh, Nicholas is asking when we're coming to upstate New York. So we played upstate in our spring tour, which was amazing. We absolutely loved it. We played actually a few shows in upstate, Buffalo and Saratoga Springs. And they were such fun shows. And we will be back, absolutely. I think so fall tour, we're going to be mostly in the Midwest and the Southeast. So like typically with our tours, we kind of target like, like sort of singular regions, because that's what makes it possible for us to do it. But we will be back for sure, and we will keep you posted because we do love it there. Any places that we haven't hit, because I saw somebody else in Illinois. I did try to get a Chicago show. Unfortunately, the weekend I was looking at was the same weekend as Cold Waves. And everyone was like, don't come here during Cold Waves. It's not a good time for you to play because everyone's going to be at Cold Waves.
Well,
so
if only they would book us, right?
Next time.
Next time.
Yes. But we are going to be definitely coming back to Chicago. It's one of our beloved places that we love. So we will be back for sure. Not this round, but we will be playing in Des Moines. So for our friends in Iowa, we look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we're basically what?
Oh, Burrell is asking where at in Salt Lake. We're going to be playing at the International Bar. That's our first time playing International Bar, so we're excited. We're going to be playing with our friends in Opaque Shades and Lily Gray. Yeah, so hopefully we will see you there.
Yeah, I'll post the link to our tour dates in all the different chats that are happening right here. So everyone will have some links they could go to see where we're going to be playing. And we appreciate when we see your faces at a show, because that's the best way to connect. Like we've got all these different things we do online. We have our tea times, which we'll be doing right after this. But really, like at a live show, that's the best, because like you'll get to experience our live music in your face. You could destroy your eardrums if you want, but I don't recommend destroying them. But it'll be nice and loud, and sometimes it's nice to just have loud music. So if you're in the area, come join us.
Yes.
And I guess we're basically at that time for our tea time. Should we play the lyric video one last time and say goodbye?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or is there any more questions?
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
Well, thank you
All right,
so much
so
again for hanging out with us and for being so supportive and loving. We've been getting just the sweetest messages all day, and it just really means a lot to us. So thank you all so much again for supporting us on our happy release day. And yeah, we'll do another playing of the lyric video that Hazel made.
yes, thank you guys so much. And we will be 5 minutes away, or about 5 minutes away from our tea time. So this is for our inner circle people. So if you're not in the inner circle, we send some links out if you want to join. If you do so now, we'll send the Zoom link to you if you want to come hang out with us. And the party will be moving on to there. So yeah. And also just stream that song. Thank you so much. All right, here we go.